Okay, well, I started this tiny interior for a good friend of mine who actually she has made tiny houses before, and she wanted to see about making one as a tiny interior with encaustic. Anyway, so I started it with her direction and photographs, and here's where I am right now. I'm gonna switch this over. And okay, here we go. I don't think that'll work so great. Maybe here. Okay, yeah, not bad. All right, so this is the inside, and there's a window seat, and you can see I already started paper macheing, and it's going to be a framed mirror, gold mirror, and there's going to be a photograph of something very important to her, her mother. And then outside, well, we'll look outside, but I'm going to have the dogs here, and here, but you'll see later. And then this is the other side, and this is where we've got the window shutters. She's going to be sitting here, and there's going to be an olive tree, and she'll be sitting on the bench with her dog. And this, remember, that was the window seat. So I'm going to switch this around, and just so you can see what I'm talking about, let me switch back. Okay. I'm going to bring up how that was. Okay, I'll go ahead and share the screen. Downloads, here we go. So, okay, wait, I'm gonna do it a different way. Share screen here. Okay, so now you can see. All right, so this is, she's gonna be sitting on the outside with her dog, and then the dog is on the inside sitting on a Mediterranean rug. And here we go. This also, the dog is an, oh, forgot the breed. Not English setter. Yeah, English setter. Okay, on a little dog bed, and here she is. That's Marla, and she'll be sitting on a bench outside. And right here, well, you'll see. So this is the inside, and the dog's in a couple places on the dog bed, and then we'll be on the rug. And then this is the other side. So here's Marla sitting on the bench, and here she is on a chair with her dog by her side. And there's the olive tree. So yeah, so I started paper mache. I love doing paper mache and molding it, you know, going to 3D, making it fit. So I'm gonna bring, I don't know if I can bring this back so you can see it better. Let me try it out. Maybe from above. Anyway, let's see. I'm gonna switch it over, and I'll do a little bit of paper mache. Okay, well, maybe. Now, here we go. Yeah, I just like applying it, and I'll probably do like 2 coats. And this is the flour and water and salt added so it doesn't mold. And then I will be coating it with, well, probably first the encaustic gesso, so the colors will be more bright, brilliant, and then the encaustic medium and encaustic paint. And the rug is going to be like a green and white Mediterranean. And well, we'll see, this could change, but this is what Marla wanted. And so I started, what did I start? I guess either Friday night or Saturday. And I just saw her Friday. Yeah. Okay, so smooth it out. Marla used to teach with me with Arts for the Aging, and she would do flamenco dancing. But she also took the encaustic classes. And then at the beginning of the pandemic was my first tiny house series online, March 2020, or April 1st or something like that. And she took the class and she made several tiny houses, including a couple in encaustic with wax. And they look great. So she's someone who really got into the tiny house movement, the tiny houses. Okay, so this is the dresser, and I'll just start going over it. I remember when I was showing the first classes online, you know, how to do this, and funniest thing is I'm looking for this tool that helps, and anyway, and the virtual was new to me, but it worked out. And, you know, even demonstrating like using an X-Acto knife, just all kinds of stuff, but people have been great. And some people have made more and more tiny houses. It's like you make one, you want to make more. And these tiny interiors are like creating an environment. I started doing it, creating an environment for my, the drawings, some of the models that I drew. And I did a couple and I just exhibited those. And it's kind of fun to imagine a space for these figures. And some I did it and you actually were in their space. So kind of replicating maybe what I saw. And that's what went on. Yep. So this week I also go like every other Tuesday to work with the preschoolers in building tiny houses, and we are finally painting our houses. And we'll probably do some textures. I even found, or my husband found, a big crazy rubber ball at the park, and I thought that would be a fun thing that the kids can like ink it up with acrylic and then run it across some tissue paper and use that to add that like optical texture, the idea of texture or different patterns on their own tiny houses. So it's coming along. We'll have some more sessions. It started in September. So September 2021. Yeah, ongoing project. And then there'll be just white outside. So anyway, it's coming along. I have to get like some of the nitty gritty, like underneath. That's when I use my tool actually. But let's see, I have a little bit of relief for what are the doors. I'm sorry, the drawers. Yeah, I don't know, I'm just reaching under there. I don't know how much I can get to, but covering as much as I can. And it takes like about a day to dry. And then I can do that encaustic gesso and paint soon. So she's just saying Mediterranean colors. I want it to look good. All right, here's that window seat. Maybe I'll even take it over to her house and we'll work on it together with the encaustic because she really likes that. I can tell what I did. I just like forming it. There. This one is not that thick, so it's not like a lot of extra texture. Although after a while, it gets, and here's what I've been working with, it'll seem to get thicker. So just like soup, just made some soup too today. Real soup. Okay. There. So I'm supposed to include flowers on the window seat, and I didn't do anything for that yet. I only have that little shelving. I probably will end up painting the glass, or what is going to be glass. I don't know, I haven't thought this all through, but basically I've been using the pictures she gave me. Trying to be somewhat accurate. Oh, that didn't work that well. Okay. Anyway, kind of a nice thing to do on a Sunday afternoon. Squeeze this piece in. So maybe I will follow up with another video and you can see the progress, hopefully. Or maybe it'll be at the next stage, next time I video. I might actually do a Zoom a few minutes with Rigel, who unfortunately has been having to quarantine because he came down with COVID. Breakthrough. So instead of a podcast, normal podcast, we're going to do it over Zoom in a little while. Oh, here's a tiny piece. Yep. So just life. But I think he's fortunately he's feeling better each day, and no fever and supposedly negative test right now. I took my first COVID test a week ago, or almost a week ago, when I came back from my trip from Philadelphia, just thinking, oh, I was out of town. I was at a museum there. They were not checking for immunization cards. There were not many people with masks, so I went ahead. That was the first time I took the COVID test, and negative. And then I took it on Friday because with being kind of close contact with Rigel last week, and that's what I did, and negative. But I really need to take it Tuesday morning. Yep, that's how it is. According to the CDC calculator, COVID quarantine calculator, which is actually a pretty handy tool. So I didn't know that I would be talking about this, but why not? Whatever. Other people are going through this. It's not the worst thing, of course. And I don't know if anyone will be listening to this anyway. So I'm kind of just talking to myself. Look at this piece. I remember back in 2020 when I had started the online classes, and I remember it was around Passover, and I was doing a tiny house for Marilyn, for my friend. And I remember I was like listening to, they were doing the Seder around the world through the concert venue in DC City Winery. That's right. It's really good. But so sometimes, yeah, I'll be working on this and thinking, remember I was doing this during that Passover Seder. Anyway, the band's practicing in the garage now because they have a concert on later this month. It's going to be at El Golfo, the 24th, in the afternoon, I think 4 o'clock. And around that time, I'll be coming back from an outdoor art pop-up with Chevy Chase artists. So that's the 24th. I think it's like 10 to 4. And yeah, at the PNC parking lot, Connecticut, Chevy Chase Northwest. That's where it is. Yep, they sound pretty good. All right, moving right along. Yeah, not much to this side. Easier. Wow, all different directions though. I did not get to like the underside, of course, yet. Just doing as much as I can. We've got like a little tableau here. So working with the young kids, like ages 3 to 5, one of the hardest things to get across was, and Molly can attest to this because my friend Molly, AKA Tiny Home Builder Extraordinaire, yeah, she's been volunteering, which was great. So it's like I tell them, dip it and then go like this to take off the excess. And it's like, okay, I mean the extra, because you know you want to make sure they understand. And some of them did have that dexterity, but yeah, it was more like the 5-year-olds, because otherwise they had their own way of doing it and would put pieces on top of pieces. And I would kind of like say, okay, you already got that. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, so it's just interesting to see how they might work with it. And I needed to give them guidance, which I tried. Now they're coming along. Actually, it looks good. So and I am going to do another series. It's 3 sessions. It's a partnership with the Sante Silver Spring Wellness Center and the Montgomery County Federation for Families and Children's Mental Health. And it's going to be in person for a series of 3 Saturdays starting the 16th of this month, something like 3:30 to 5. And it's for consumers of mental health services, adults, and I believe they're doing all the marketing. I'm just trying to think if I did in person tiny houses, or when I have done that. I mean, I know I did it 2018. Yeah, I don't know. Also did 2 classes last week with my friend Leah in Philadelphia. Her students, their grades, one was 6th grade and one was 5th grade, or maybe 7th grade and 6th grade. And they got started on theirs. I did the overview and then showed them about the constructing. And so they got to start. That was last Thursday. This is kind of the framework for the olive tree. I don't know if I took a picture of the olive tree, but yeah, it's, I'll think of, you know, how I'm going to paint it. But probably first apply the encaustic medium to like the drawings of Marla, the dog, and maybe adhere it onto on mat board. All right. Yeah, this started off as like a 3-walled tiny house, and then she had ideas for more happening outside, so that's why I brought, see how this was the interior, just like this, and it had this wall was over here, and then I just opened it up. Yeah, okay, let's see here. So more is going on outside to secure this. I'm jumping around here. Okay, I think I'll stop for now because I'll just keep talking about other stuff. All right, take care.